At first, how do you know you've arrived? Everything is lackluster and absorbs your joy into its pockets, examining the others from the outside. The air is xanthic and thick with the fog of absolutes and abandonments. Every party is nonfiction. Every goer is filled with dread, some sweet morsels in their unnecessary rhapsodies. How do you know you've arrived? Assigned seats, name tags. Yours is misspelled. At least everyone knows you've come by accident, simply the result of stretching and shrinking to fit indoors. How you get anywhere is a mystery. You stay lost. There are less casualties in that. Eventually, you find a moment and relive it for years. People notice. Happiness. It's nicely iced and plated. Unfortunate how it fattens the soul, guillotining a one-size-fits-all exterior. Harridans in every corner of you, enclosed. All of you goes many places. Stays home too. Sample-sized. They deliver. Last February, I went to Cape Cod. None of us knew it would be the last place we went for 2 weeks, for 6 weeks, for 6 months, then a year. And we'd all leave there being better at making excuses. In February, I went to Cape Cod. I first saw Alexandra and her dog. I asked her if she has ever read The Bell Jar. I don't know for certain she knew what I was getting at, that we built this place we exist in like a glass dome and we carry it with us, all of our stitching included. I thought I would go home someday. I thought I could get back, that this green place was temporary, and I could pluck off its wings, disassemble it. I thought I would be at the parties that I would never be invited to in a year if I was there for this moment. There is a moss between the bricks on every road I travel, and my childish fingers have to press it. Cape Cod is here too, but there are no people. January had people, and I have had a year of lobotomies. My first admission for the ovarian fevers ended with the revelation that my disease was inaccessible. There was simply no opening in my body that the cure could fit, so I thought, it is damned if I do, it is damned if I don't. What if I just make friends instead of ever getting better? The second time gave me cute explanations on the backs of bandages and the coffee mugs from which I eat my cereal. They gave me my diagnosis. I thought, everything here is the same color, but it talks in different voices. It uses different hands to sign. If every human is a masterpiece, what is Alexandra? She can't fit here, in charge of everything. She cannot merge with the rest of us and be indistinguishable. We would be too curious. We would never stop tapping our fingers on the outside of the picture frame and asking her, when did we get so flat? Paper dolls, checkered dresses. Her bones are dry cleaned at least, and she will never invite me to a burdensome wedding. The others thought, we will never go home again. I can't relate to their panic. There is a peace here, even if it is backwards, even if it smells like fabric softener or brand new plastic for our inventions. I tap on her glass again. I think she has the right idea. We are all a display now. In this sanctuary of misfits, all donning their muted sage garments and rosy glassed eyes that match their infantile optimisms, they put their cruelties under the magnifying lens, letting the individual brightness, however overlooked, melt them like ants on the pavement under the reign of any 8-year-old boy with a god complex and an infinite summer to kill. It's always the last day of school, where there are no assignments short of the ones you're born with. Etched into your birth certificate, your presumed state of being, your given name. Everyone here has names that I proudly refuse to know. God forbid. I love everybody I know. I want to know them a little less, as I condition myself for adequate aloneness, where I flourish under the card table, waiting my turn. Whether that means I'm in the ambulance soon or simply the one with all the best odds in the game, I have to take up my position as someone who knows no one else. Not now. That would be dishonest because I am only here for sport. It is the most dangerous game, healing in circles, saying names we refuse to remember, giving you our brief descriptions in an excellent display until we are masked up and ready for the century. Look how normal she is. A cashier, 10 an hour, owns a spice rack and balances her meals. She gets a gold star. She brought her own material. She used to wail for a man who robs graves. Now she copyrights her achievements and broadcasts them on handheld screens. She's so fantastic, the superstar. Mother, did you pack my glue into my overnight bag? You know, so I can make gracious settlements with the curious cuts I make when I try to change the picture on the screen. Yes, I plugged myself in, Mother. Yes, I have been good. I am serene. I am blank and surrounded by blankets. I only need a little nudging to endure a meal. I have made a friend. They have cut the telephone wire so I can talk to you all day, Mother. Alexandra says her favorite poem is called Cut. I consider that an instruction, but they don't let me near enough to paper. I remember books so vividly. I remember libraries. Sometimes my father would joke that I was just an absentee librarian, a hall of empty shelves, still alphabetized in thought. If you don't purge your Alka-Seltzer, you can sit on the couch with me. We can watch Frasier. On Saturdays, we revel in cartoons, and I memorize your laughs so I can tell the kookaburras about it in my dreams tonight. Other girls fold towels in themselves with the same delicacy. I am an avalanche of fruit, and together, we are disgusting. Caught in the backlog of guilt trips and comedy reruns, we practice our manners in a hilarious skit. We prepare a meal and offer it to staff. We call our college boyfriends and ask, "What are we?" They hang up the phone each rehearsal. They have wives to tend to. So do we. As we bite into figs, please and thank you. Thank you. Oh, so regular. So polite. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. I say, I am ill, and you erase me. I say, we all fall down, but you've stapled yourself with gravity. You brag about being vertical. I say, Simon says. You tell me Simon is a lousy lay. I say, go fish, and you insist that you've went meatless. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. I count. 1, 2, 3. Here I come. Ready or not, you misunderstand me. The burdensome bored bitch addicted to exaggerations. I forged my thinness to be here. Sarah came home last week, at least one of several Sarahs on the roster sheet. They mumble about voluntary this and second chances. Sarah tends to bruises, to bruises, to bruises, telling us that she is more bruised than body, but she is unbelievably white. She says she is made of aspartame. We play along. We play house. We play doctor. There's raindrops on rooftops and attics and kitchens, abortions and wavelengths and boyfriends too vicious. There are dinner bell warnings and ambulance wailings. There is a horrible talent with showings and tellings. Dead friend obituaries with pre-approved sorrow. Next door's the wedding. Wife blue, groom borrowed. There's dancing and fasting and unprovoked laughing. There is a nighttime assortment of dolls who are cracking. There are friends in the hallways taking medication, and we all exchange pills and promise to fake it. There's the watchers, the doers, and the ones who are still, and the several who have made it but will never be well. There's a fancy list of words. We must say them aloud, over and over, to make our parents proud. There are many things which are found in abundance: disbelief, body aches, and the wrong kind of loving. We stand up straight, practice our posture, make our hands useful, then call our fathers. There are funny people, those who don't match, those who have ailments no one can catch. These same people only want to be coddled. Instead, they're handed ultimatums in bottles. There's a cure. You can't have it. There's no cure that can last it. There's no apology big enough for being elastic. There are containers, and we have to choose which parts to amputate, which traits to lose. Once we are basic, yes, once we pass the test, they let us outside, and the rest is a guess. If only this was all in unison. It's only been one day, this series of months. I went to Cape Cod once, and then I went home, and then I went home, and then I went. The congratulations accumulated, but I never opened the door. I attended my therapy, my exit interview. I put on the show. I went home, and it's time to admit I can't remember who I'm supposed to be. I studied enough. I was graded. Despite my year indoors, enduring some gentle analysis, despite listening to the voices and imitating the regular people, I never learned who I was supposed to be in public.